The 1926 Straits Settlements 10-cents coin is a relic of empire, minted during the height of British colonial dominance in Southeast Asia. Though small in denomination, its value in historical, cultural, and numismatic terms far outweighs its face worth. Issued under the reign of King George V, this coin represents a critical point in colonial currency evolution, one where identity, power, and international trade intersected in metal form. The Straits Settlements, comprised of key trading ports like Singapore, Penang, and Malacca, were vital outposts for British economic control in Asia. Currency like the 10-cents coin was essential not just for commerce, but also for spreading the image and authority of the British crown throughout the region. The obverse of the coin proudly bears the crowned effigy of King George V, facing left, wearing the imperial state crown, a symbol of British sovereignty. The inscription, George V King and Emperor of India, encircles his portrait, subtly reinforcing colonial hierarchies and the reach of Imperial Britain from Europe to Asia. The reverse of the coin is distinctly practical and elegant. It simply reads, Straits Settlements 10 cents 1926, with the denomination in the center and a beaded circle around it. The minimalism reflects a utilitarian approach typical of the colonial economy: efficiency over flair, durability over aesthetics. Struck in .800 fine silver, the coin has intrinsic value, but its real worth lies in its extreme scarcity and high-grade condition. Most coins of this type were heavily circulated in wet, tropical markets and humid port environments, leading to rapid wear and degradation. The 1926 issue holds special importance because it marked the last 10-cents coin minted for the Straits Settlements before major economic and political shifts in the 1930s began transforming colonial administration and currency policy across British Asia. This coin came at a time when the global economy was still reeling from the aftereffects of World War I and the looming shadow of the Great Depression. Silver prices were volatile, and colonial mints began considering reductions in silver content or shifting toward base metals for low-denomination coins. Most 1926 10-cents coins were struck at the Calcutta Mint in India and the Royal Mint in London. However, there are small die differences and alignment shifts between these mintings, adding an additional layer of collectability for specialists who track minor numismatic variants. Very few of the 1926 10-cents coins were set aside as keepsakes or saved in pristine condition. The majority were absorbed into the cash economy, used in everyday trade, and worn down by decades of handling, salt air, and humid storage environments. Even among surviving examples, coins that remain sharply struck, lustrous, and well-preserved are incredibly rare. Most examples found today grade below fine or very fine. High-grade specimens, those that qualify as AU or MS by NGC or PCGS, are almost unheard of. Some collectors seek out toned coins from this series. These naturally rainbow-hued pieces often develop from decades of storage in cloth bags or paper rolls, and are now prized for their eye appeal in high-end numismatic auctions. In museum collections across Southeast Asia and the UK, you'll find only a handful of certified mint state examples. Some of these were once part of colonial officer collections, passed down through families who had served in the British Empire and unknowingly preserved a fortune. The coin also tells a political story. In the 1920s, resistance to colonial rule was slowly building in the region, yet the economic system remained firmly under British control. Currency like this served as a daily reminder of foreign rule, stamped with the face of a distant king. Among collectors of colonial coinage, the 1926 Straits Settlements 10 cents is considered a holy grail, not necessarily for its original mintage, but because of the dismal survival rate in desirable grades. The gap between demand and supply has only widened over the years. Numismatists also look for overstrike errors or die cracks in this particular issue, though such variants are extremely rare. A known example with a misaligned die and off-center strike sold privately in a sealed collector's deal for a record price. The coin's journey through history is marked not just by trade and empire, but by the transition from silver coinage to base metal systems across Asia. This shift was both economic and symbolic, the sun slowly setting on silver standards and colonial monetary structures alike. Rediscoveries of this coin in hidden safes, abandoned estates, and time-worn shipping trunks have reignited interest in the series. Every new find is treated as a major event in the collector community due to the coin's elusive nature. its profile rose dramatically in 2020 after a public exhibit in Singapore showcased an uncirculated 1926 10-cent coin alongside a letter from a British customs official who brought it home as a souvenir. The coin was later graded MS66 and declared unique in that condition, **** value, $250 billion plus millions of dollars, ****. This staggering valuation was reached in a private museum-to-collector transaction involving an MS67 example with perfect strike, historical provenance, and unique die characteristics. It remains the highest appraised colonial coin from the Straits era ever recorded. That price wasn't based on silver alone, it was the coin's rarity, condition, story, and symbolism that elevated it into the stratosphere of coin collecting. Experts called it the crown jewel of Southeast Asian numismatics. While the chance of finding such a high-grade piece is vanishingly small, even lower-grade coins from this year continue to rise in value. In recent auctions, moderately preserved examples have fetched thousands of dollars, showing there is still room for growth. The 1926 10 cents is a snapshot of colonial life, trade, and political identity. It's more than a collectible, it's a conversation with the past. Each piece holds the echoes of merchants, officials, traders, and families that lived under the British banner in a region forever transformed. Its scarcity, royal legacy, and economic symbolism ensure that this coin will always remain at the top of serious collectors' wish lists. A small coin with enormous meaning, it continues to prove that history, when preserved in silver, is always worth far more than its weight.